So, what if I told you that you could create a complete, beautifully animated story from scratch using nothing but your smartphone and with a budget of, well, zero? It sounds like science fiction, right? But today, we're going to unpack a workflow that makes it a reality. A full animation studio that fits right in your pocket. Let's dive in and see how this actually works.
Okay, so take a look at this. It's a short animated story. It's got a unique visual style, a clear story, a voiceover. It looks pretty professional, doesn't it? You'd think this would take a whole team, some expensive software, and probably weeks of hard work. But what if I told you it didn't? And that right there is the big question we're tackling. How on earth do you go from a simple idea to a finished animation, all on one device, without spending a single dime? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple, and it all starts in an app you probably have open on your phone right now.
Well, the secret weapon here is an AI that basically becomes your creative partner. And we're not talking about some complex, specialized software you have to go find and download. And get this, it's the Meta AI that's already built right into WhatsApp. Yeah, you heard me correctly. Your scriptwriter, your concept artist, your storyboard generator, it all lives inside a simple chat window. You don't have to switch between a bunch of different apps or learn complicated new tools. You just chat with it, like you're texting a friend.
You know, the person who came up with this whole workflow has a philosophy that I just love. It's all about maximum efficiency, letting the AI do all the heavy lifting. This isn't about replacing human creativity, it's about getting rid of all the boring, tedious stuff so you can get straight to the fun part, the story.
So how does this creative conversation actually play out? It's a back and forth process. Okay, so first you just ask the AI to write a story for you. Then you tell it, hey, break that story down into 10 scenes and write me an image prompt for each one. And then, for the final touch, you refine the whole look by telling it to add a specific style, like 3D Pixar style, to every single one of those props. It's all done with simple text command.
All right, so at this point, we've got our story and a plan for the visuals, but it's all still just words on a screen. Now comes the really cool part, turning those words into actual moving pictures.
So you just take one of those prompts the AI already created for you, like this one, and you feed it right back to the AI. And I mean, in just a few seconds, you get back this incredible, high-quality, stylized image that perfectly matches what you asked for. It's that fast.
Look, getting a static image this good is already incredible, right? But we're here for animation. So, how do we make it move? There's no complicated effect you have to apply or some hidden menu you have to find. It all comes down to one, well, let's call it a magic command. No, really, that's it. You literally just type "animate this image," and the AI takes the picture it just made and brings it to life with this subtle, beautiful motion, turning it into a short video clip. You do this for every scene and boom, you've got all the animated clips you need for your entire story.
Okay, so our animated scenes are done. What's next? They need a voice. And this brings us to a really key decision in the whole process.
Now, you could totally record your own voice. That gives it a really authentic, personal touch. But if we're sticking to this super efficient, zero-budget approach, there's another powerful option, AI voice generation. A tool like 11 Labs can take that same script and whip up a surprisingly human-sounding voiceover in, like, no time at all.
And here's the kicker that makes this so accessible to everyone. The free plan on 11 Labs gives you 10,000 characters of audio every single month. For short stories and little animations like this, that's way more than enough. You're not spending a single penny. All right, we're on the home stretch. We've got our animated clips from WhatsApp. We've got our AI voiceover from 11 Labs. Now we just have to stitch it all together. And you guessed it, we're doing it all on the phone, using a free app like CapCut.
But here's the thing. If you just slap the clips and audio together one after another, it can feel a little stiff, a bit robotic, especially with an AI voice. So to fix that, we're going to borrow a little trick from the pros called a J-cut. It's simple. The audio for the next scene starts playing just a moment before we actually see the visuals for that scene. It creates this much smoother, more natural flow.
Okay, so why is this one little editing trick so important? Well, J-cuts are amazing for breaking up that sometimes clunky rhythm of an AI voice. By getting rid of those dead air pauses and overlapping the audio just a bit, you make the whole thing sound way more human. And this isn't just about making it sound nice, it's actually a key technique for getting AI-narrated stuff monetized on different platforms.
So let's step back and look at what we've just built. When you put all these pieces together, what do you really have? It's an entire animation pipeline that lives from start to finish right in your pocket.
I mean, look at this. It's basically a three-step toolkit. WhatsApp's Meta AI, that's your writer, your artist, and your animator all in one.
11 Labs, that's your personal voice actor. And CapCut, that's your final editing bay. A complete studio, powered by tools that are free and incredibly easy to use. So what does this all really mean? What's the big takeaway? It means that making awesome animation is no longer just for the pros with crazy expensive software. The everyday apps we already have on our phones are turning into these incredibly powerful creation suites. With an AI as your creative partner, the barrier to entry for telling your own story has been absolutely demolished.
And that really leaves us with one huge exciting question. For the first time ever, the power to animate is in literally billions of hands. So, when the studio truly fits in your pocket, what new stories, what new voices are we finally going to hear?